It is time now for the Sweetheart program brought to you today by Hereford Feed Ingredients.
Roll Drake Johnson is celebrating his 80th birthday. A big happy birthday to you, Buck Johnson. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska to Fred and Evelyn Johnson on June the 30th, 1935. He was the second of their two sons. His older brother, Jim, lives in Fort Collins, Colorado. And Buck has two children, a daughter, Jill, who lives in Lubbock, and a son, Jeff, who died in 1994. Buck and his parents, Mrs. Fred Johnson, moved to Muleshoe from Lubbock on November the 1st, 1945, when Buck was in the 5th grade. His older brother stayed in Lubbock and came to Muleshoe to spend the summers here, and he excelled in both academics and athletically. He was salutatorian of his 8th grade class and graduated 3rd in his Muleshoe High School graduating class in 1953. Buck played football and ran track, but Buck's real love was track. In fact, he went to state 3 consecutive years in the mile run and won the State of Texas Boys Declamation his senior year in University Interscholastic League. He then attended Texas Tech on a track scholarship and was elected freshman class favorite. When he graduated in June of 1957 from Tech, he had a bachelor's degree in government and was commissioned that summer as a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force. He went on into the Air Force, serving active duty from 58 to 63 as captain, and was a jet fighter pilot flying the F-100s. He then returned to Muleshoe in 1963 and operated with his father, Johnson Nix Implement Dealership, until June of 1971. He was president of the Muleshoe Lions Club during this time, an active member of the City Planning Commission, Muleshoe Industrial Foundation, one of the original board members of the Tri-County Library Bookmobile, and was active in the First Methodist Church as Sunday school superintendent, Sunday school teacher for both the youth and adult men's classes, and started teaching at Estacada High School in Lubbock in the fall of 1972 and taught there 5 years. The students in his vocational education class at Estacada have recently gotten together and honored Buck with a dinner in Lubbock. They were so very appreciative of his help and instruction of what to do on the job and how to get a job, and really things he taught that would help them in their life. So many of them would be first generations to graduate from high school in their families, and they keep in touch with Buck and appreciate his instruction. Hereford Feed Ingredients, David and Liz Tips at 232 South Main Street, want to say happy birthday to Buck Johnson and make you our sweetheart here on Channel 6. You can call David and Liz at Hereford Feed Ingredients at 806-272-5871. Carolyn Johnson, Buck's wife, says that Buck is a very complex man with varied interests. One day he's reading Shakespeare, the next Louis L'Amour. Then he'll enjoy listening to music by Willie Nelson, and the next, Beethoven and Bach. And we want to say a happy birthday also to you, Buck Johnson. Now, we left his story back when he was teaching at Estacada High School. Buck went to work then for the Texas Education Association as area consultant for 45 counties in the Texas Panhandle region. He moved to Austin in January of '87, and he married Carolyn Price in October the 17th of 1987, and it was a very interesting wedding on the Loga Vista golf course overlooking Lake Travis, because they loved to play golf there together, and they were feeding the deer. And as the deer would come to the golf course, well, Carolyn and Buck fed them, and guess who appeared? Not just family and friends for their wedding, but also the deer as well. He left the TEA and then moved to Beaumont and went to work for the Beaumont Independent School District as vocational supervisor in 1990. Then, lucky day, he came back to Muleshoe in 1991 as assistant superintendent of the Muleshoe school system. He took a medical retirement in 1994. He had received his master's from Tech in '75, and he, in Muleshoe, has been a member also of the Rotary Club, lay speaker for the First United Methodist Church, member of the administrative board, lay speaker of the church, and also a district trainer for the First Methodist Church, member of Red Raider Club, which he is, of course, very, very enthusiastic about, and a member of the Texas Tech Ex-Letterman's Association, and has enjoyed the association of Over the Hill Golf Club at the Muleshoe Country Club. Buck loves life. He does not take one single day for granted. He delights in nature and sees beauty in all of God's creations. Carolyn and Buck Johnson have a place on Lake Fork where they have spent many wonderful hours together, enjoying each other, the peace and tranquility of the place as well. Buck loves to fish there. In fact, they have a painted rock hanging on their deck at their trailer home there on Lake Fork that says, "When I'm on the lake, I'm in the field with God." Buck Johnson loves a good laugh and can even laugh at himself. He has always been a man of grassroots decency with unabashed belief in God, family, love, and in patriotism, Carolyn says. She is honored to be his wife, and she thanks God every day that they will be celebrating his 80th birthday. And congratulations to you, Buck Johnson, on 80 years of life. Hereford Feed Ingredients, David and Liz Tibbs at 232 South Main Street are recognizing Buck Johnson as our sweetheart. God bless you and Carolyn.
Listen to our Sweetheart program here on Reach Broadband. Well, find it on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the top of the page. If you'd like to nominate someone to be our sweetheart, call us channel 680-627-23990. We need a short biography. The Sweetheart program is brought to you by Hereford Feed Ingredients.